Hey, hey, how it goes? So, it's Thursday evening. Figured I'd delay talking about the drafts from this past Friday long enough, right? So, first draft. This was the deck. We had two Innistrad drafts. Well, technically there was three. The house draft and the sanctioned draft went off at the same time, and then we had a second house draft. But I was off. I was in the first house draft. I didn't bother with sanctioned. It's kind of a weird thing. I've heard someone who, don't even get me started. I heard someone talk before about how, sanctioned draft will make the young kids into better drafters because it offers better prize support, and it's like, actually what it does is it encourages them to rare draft, which frequently is an almost guaranteed way to lose. I don't know, but whatever, right? I mean, what do I know? I mean, I only drafted in house this past week and came in first with this, so obviously I'm a horrible drafter, right? Really? Yeah. So let's look at what I had here. Only rare I had in the deck is a Runecatcher's Pike. I ended up kicking it into the prize pool and then getting it back. What you're not going to see here is my keeper rare. That was a foil blue-green quasi-dual land that I sold for $10. Yeah. So the Runecatcher's Pike is really nice. It's a 2 to drop, 2 to equip. Gives the equipped creature first strike and +X/+O, where X is the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard. That's pretty saucy. That's actually pretty saucy. I had a pair of Blazing Torches. Mostly I used those as removal. One to play, one to equip. Equipped creature can't be blocked by vampires and zombies. Equipped creature gains tap, sacrifice Blazing Torch, 2 damage to target creature or player. I use it as removal. Plain and simple, it's removal. I don't think I've seen any. I don't think I saw any decks that were vampire and or zombie dependent enough for the "they can't block me" clause to become useful. But whatever, right? Right. I had 3 Bonds of Faith, a Rebuke, Dissipate, 2 Frightful Delusions, Claustrophobia, 2 Silent Departures. I had a lot of control sitting here. I mean a lot of control. Especially, between that and 2 Blazing Torches, theoretically, I had the ability to keep my opponent's creature base pretty well locked down. Pretty well. Oh, there's another rare that was in here that you don't see. I'll get to that in a moment. Creatures, I had a Doomed Traveler. He's kind of spiffy. I like him. 2 Chapelgeists, 2/3 flyer for a Cults and double white. Battleground Geists, he's a 3/3 flyer, gives other spirits you control +1/+0. Nice. Lantern Spirit, who is actually a better version of, I believe it was Fleeting Image. It was pretty much the same casting cost, same power toughness, same abilities, except the activated ability on the Fleeting Image cost more. Oh, and this guy's an uncommon. Fleeting Image was rare. Yeah! 2 Moonherons, which are both spirits and birds. Spirit bird. Yay. A Think Twice. It's a nice little support card. It's a good filler. Some people have looked at when I've suggested to some people, they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, hey, you know what? It cycles. If you have spare mana available at the end of your opponent's turn, it cycles out of your graveyard. So it's just like, yeah, technically it's 5 mana. I mean, it's 5 mana for 2 cards, spread out over as many turns as you want, and oh yeah, you don't have to sit. You know, when you spend the first part of it, you get a card anyway. And I think there's something on the bottom of my sock. Yeah, there is. Looks like a rubber foot from my laptop. I don't know where I picked it up, but no, it wasn't from the laptop. That's from the keyboard. Okay, I sit with the keyboard on my lap. Don't worry about it. Anything else in here I want to talk about? Oh yeah, and 2 Delver of Secrets. He's a 1/1 during your upkeep. You look at the top card of your library. If you may choose to reveal it. If you reveal an instant or sorcery this way, transform him, and he turns into a 3/2 flyer. That's nice. I'll be perfectly honest, he didn't transform as early or as frequently as I would have liked him to. There were several times where at the end of the game I beat my opponent and he's still sitting there as a human. Which, you know, kind of sucks, but you know, you can't really. It's hard if you're going blue. It's hard to go wrong, especially since he's usually a low priority pick. So you know you can pass one. You know, if you see one floating around second, third, you know, in the second and third pick, you can usually count on him coming back to you. Usually, he's not bad though. I really like him more than I probably should. Card you're not seeing in the deck that was in it. Give me a second. Yay. Was I can't even think of what it's called. Oops. Looking at pictures on my phone for this. Unfortunately, the resolution isn't like spectacular, but it's the land where you pump some mana and tap it, and remove a creature from your exile a creature from your graveyard to give yourself a 1/1 a white 1/1 flying spirit token. Yeah, that's nice stuff. I also had a zombie alchemist or undead alchemist, whatever it's called, in the sideboard. Speaking of which, sideboard, I also had a pair of Into the Mists, which I would have liked to have run, but they're near the top of the mana curve, and I don't know. They just don't thrill me. I mean, I want them to work, but I don't know. Stitcher's Apprentice, I picked him up because I know he's combo-rific, but unfortunately I didn't pick up anything to combo with him. I don't recall I didn't do it. So, Makeshift Mauler, I just picked him up because he was a filler card in color. Civilized Scholar, figured he might be interesting, you know, accelerate through the deck, etc., etc. But it just didn't really work out that way. You know? Paraceline, I don't know why or how I picked that up. I picked up a handful of red cards because I thought they might, you know, because there was some halfway decent red floating around. I figured, you know, I think it was like somewhere in the second pack maybe, or maybe even in first pack, I picked up 1 or 2 red cards. And I figured, well, we'll see what I open in the next pack and get in the next pack, and maybe I'll end up dumping one of the colors I'm starting to go into, and blah blah, this, that, the other. Because my first pick in pack 1 was a Blazing Torch. I don't even know what the rare was. I don't remember. But yeah, I first picked a Blazing Torch because, hey, you know, it doesn't put me in a color, and it's a removal card. You know? But whatever. A Blood Crazed Neonate, 2/1, attacks each turn if able. If it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Kessig Wolf, it's a 3/1 with optional first strike. That's not bad. Geist Flame. Geist Flame is one I saw people complaining about. And, you know, yeah, it's 1 damage. and the flashback cost is kind of high, 3 in a red. But people complain about it, and I just look at it, it's like, you know what? Number one, it's an instant. Number two, it has flashback. And although the flashback cost is kind of high, 3 in a red, you know what? You still get to use it twice. Worst cards has been printed. Ghoul Caller's Bell. Yeah, it doesn't excite me to say the least. But I picked it up somewhere along the line. Galvanic Juggernaut. I don't know. It's a 5/5 for 4. Attacks each turn if able. Doesn't untap during your untap step. If I ended up playing him, I probably would have used the Stitcher. The guy that makes the homunculus tokens. It's like, yeah, I tap him, I make a homunculus token dies, he untaps. Yeah, attacks each turn if able, doesn't untap during your untap. Whenever another creature dies, untap the Juggernaut. So it's like, yeah, swing with Juggernaut, tap my dude, make a dude, sacrifice the dude, he untaps. Or better yet, swing with the Juggernaut, pass turn. Are you attacking me? If yes, I can make a dude, sacrifice dude, untap Juggernaut. If no, untap Juggernaut so it can block, you know what I'm saying? If you're not attacking, hey, is it going to be safe for me to attack on my turn? If yes, I'll make a dude and untap my Juggernaut at the end of your turn. If not, I can wait. Kit size fun stuff. Tricks. Mulch, I don't remember where, when, or why I picked that up. Ranger's Guile, I picked up 2 of them. It's really not a bad card. Green, instant, target creature gets +1/+1 X-proof. Oh, I'm sorry, creature you control gets +1/+1 X-proof. Usually what that translates to is, yeah, that creature of mine that you're trying to put some sort of removal or control spell on, yeah, no. That's nice. Kindercatch I believe was going around late in the pack, and I picked it up because it was pretty much the only even vaguely playable card left in the pack, and if there was someone playing green, I wanted to deny them the option of having the Kindercatch. Not that they were likely to play it anyway. Oh, excuse me. I kind of made the joke the Kindercatch is three bears in one. Yeah, because he's got a 6/6 power toughness. A bear is normally a 2/2. So that's triple the size of a bear. A bear is usually a colorless and a green. He's 3 colorless and 3 green. Bears are vanilla. He's very vanilla. He's 3 bears in one. It would be really awesome if when he died, you got 3 2/2 bear tokens. That'd kick ass, actually. Corpse Lunge, I think I picked up relatively early. It's black quasi-removal, I guess. I've seen worse. What else did I have? Yeah, I've mentioned all the rares I picked up. What I played with. This deck worked really awesome. Probably the closest game I had was against a fellow named Doug, who I know I've mentioned in at least one of my videos before. Doug's really good. And Doug had a strong deck, and I swept Doug. I won game 1. Game 2, I think I ended up just beating the crap out of him, really. But the main reason why is because he misread a board position early and thought I had land tapped, and wasted a removal spell on the Lantern Spirit when I had the mana to bounce it back to hand. Yeah, I even offered him the take back, and he turned it down. I'm like, dude, no, take that back. I'll let you. It's all right. But, because Doug deserves better than that. I know he's a better player than that. He was really distracted. He was getting texted by his girlfriend, and all sorts of crazy stuff was going on her end of the universe, blah, 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 blah. And, I felt really bad about it, because, if he had taken that Lantern Spirit out early in the game, like he tried to, yeah, that game probably would have turned out differently, and very differently, really. And we probably would have gone to Game 3, and then it was anyone's game at that point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, deck performed really, really well. A lot of control and removal elements to it. It's honestly kind of creature. I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 creatures. Pardon. Of course, one of them also recurs himself when he dies. Well, not recurs himself. It gives me a flying token dude when he dies. Plus, I had the land that could turn creatures in my exile creatures in my graveyard to give me flying tokens. So, I mean, yeah, it was a very solid deck. In addition to getting the Rune Chaser's Pike back out of the prize pool, I also picked up a Cackling Counterpart, a Creepy Doll, the Ginger Angel, Curse of Stalked Prey, and Splinter Fright. And wow! That could be interesting. No, I'm just looking at the Curse of Stalked Prey, and I was thinking of the 1/1 unblockable Infect dude in blue, and I'm like, ooh, that could get nasty. Or for that matter, you could also go with, you know, red, green, and Infect, and like use the 1/1 Infect Elf that's a 1-drop. Who cares, you know? Play him turn 1, turn 2, drop Curse of Stalked Prey, swing with Elf. Do you have a blocker? If no, take a poison. He's now a 2/2. Yeah. Ooh, that's just nasty. I don't know. Is it really constructed viable? Is it tournament viable? I don't know. But it's funk. But yeah, I was really happy with this deck. Especially, you know, being able to bounce stuff and whatnot. Loads of fun. Pull that aside. Second draft. Second draft I didn't do nearly as well, but I did have some cool stuff. Excuse me. Another Lantern Spirit, a Murder of Crows, Delver of Secrets, Forbidden Alchemy, a Frightful Delusion, Fortress Crab, who was just put in there to be a blocker. Moon Heron, 2 Silent Departures, a Blazing Torch. Oh, and there's my keeper, a Foil Army of the Damned. That's nice. And that's also a card that taught me once again, you know, even when you do read the card, read it thoroughly. I did not realize the tokens from Army of the Damned hit the board tapped. Yeah. I'm not going to say that cost me a game, because I was going to lose the game anyway. But, yeah, that's, wow. Yeah. Deadweight, cute little removal card. A, Moan of the Unhallowed, that's a nice card. 2 and double black for a pair of 2/2 zombies. Flashes back for 5 and double black. Alright, 7 mana is a lot to play. A lot to pay for a pair of 2/2s. But when you've already played it once for 4 and gotten them, why not, you know? It's a nice option to have late game. Unburial Rites never really came up. Oh well, you know? Rotting Fen Snake, he's a filler creature, it's alright. Disciple of Gristlebond, he's a 1/1, pay a color, sack a creature, gain life equal to the sack creature toughness. It's alright. He can be used to buy you an extra turn or two if you need it, right? Screeching Battie's a 2/2 flyer that during your upkeep you can pay 2 and double black. If you do, you transform it to a 5/5 ground pounder. Not bad. Night Terrors. Night Terrors is kind of interesting. 2 and a black sorcery. You look at your opponent's hand, you choose a non-land card from it and exile it. That's not bad. It's really not. The casting cost is a little bit high, but on the other hand, you know what? It's chosen discard. It's like, yoink. So that kind of makes up for it. What else? I had a pair of Vampire Interlopers. 2/1 flying can't block for a colorless and a black. That's not bad at all. It's really not. Sideboard had a Runic Repetition and a Maw of the Mire and a pair of Cloistered Youths, Midnight Haunting, Voiceless Spirit, Gallows Warden, Selfish Gashthar, Smite the Monstrous, Abyssinian Priest. I probably, looking back at it, maybe I would have been better if I went blue-white again or black-white. I don't know, but I didn't. I didn't. That was probably what my mistake was. That's probably why I didn't do as well as I should have. What else we got here? Ambush Viper, Grizzled Veteran. I'm sorry, Grizzled Outcast. That was actually a hate draft. He's a 4/4 that transforms into a 7/7. In Innistrad draft, a 7/7 is really hard to deal with. What is that? Chump? Yeah. Ambush Viper's also really nice. He's ghetto removal. I like him. Grave Bramble, blah blah blah. Hollow Henge Scavenger doesn't impress me. Ghost Quarter. That was sideboard. It's a solid sideboard card because there are a few lands in this environment that will give you trouble. It's just like you play a what? Oh hell no. Hell no. I'll blow it up. Search for a basic land. Just no. You know what I'm saying? 2 Feral Ridge Wolves. It's reasonably solid. It's a colorless and 2 colorless and a red for a 1/2 trample. You pump a colorless and a red to give it +2/+0 till end of turn. Remember, kids, you can activate that ability multiple times a turn. You can make him big if you've got the mana available. I mean big. I wonder if maybe one of the oh, no, wait. I don't need... Oh, and that was my keeper, was the Ludwig's test subject. What am I looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I want to say the Bloodline Keeper was in there. Let me double check. I took a picture so I wouldn't have to remember this stuff, right? Oh, no, those were not in the deck. No, those... Yeah, that was my keeper. The test subject was my keeper, but also I had a mine... I want to say it's a Mind Streaker, the bird that you pump mana and mill your opponent to make it bigger. Yeah, that's nice. I also had the 5/1 flyer that you can bounce him back and that you can pay a little bit of mana and return and shuffle him into your deck and then mill yourself till you find him and put him directly into play. What's really kind of funny is that thing really worked against me in one game because I used that ability and then proceeded to mill myself down to 2 cards remaining in library, and I ended up defeating my opponent because he misread one of his cards. Because after the game, I looked at him, I was like, what did you have that you thought you could cast? And I'm like, and I looked at it, and it's just like, no, that's -4, -0 to all of my creatures, not target creature, all of them. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you know. But yeah, I did pick up the another Cackling counterpart and a Bloodline Keeper out of the prize pool, so that's nice. That's actually really nice. No. What else? I also picked up a box of Innistrad boosters that I had prepaid for. Excuse me. I got some okay stuff in there. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to do a big review on what I got in there because that's silliness. I do need to pick up a booster box to start. Not a booster box. Brain fart. A card box to start filing away all my Innistrad stuff in now, you know? Alrighty. Well, there's that. What can I say, guys? Happy drafting. Be good. Stay safe. Etc. etc. Catch you again later.